This guy lost his mind and now he's gone viral.
Hello?
We'll react to a video by Cassie.
Well, I don't know if you heard, but this video of this guy trying to break into a man's house is going really viral. And what's so special about this video? It honestly has the potential to be the video of the year. In fact, it's so surreal that it looks like it was made with AI.
Exactly. I mean, just so you get an idea, even the police showed up. We're going to see it in a moment. Everything that happened is just crazy.
Well, the first time I saw it, I thought the same thing. But no, it's 100% real. This happened just a few hours ago in the United States. Of course, everything always happens there. If aliens ever arrive, they'll likely speak English and land in Washington, D.C. Anyway, here's what happened. This guy, who the internet is calling the average Reddit mod, or a 45-year-old millhouse, literally spawned at the door of a man's house. He started banging on it and yelling for them to open up while asking about his supposed daughter's health.
The guy came looking for a supposed teenage girl, which is already pretty suspicious, don't you think? A guy over 40 looking for someone under 18 in such a crazy way. I find it pretty concerning. At the very least, it warrants an investigation, don't you think? But do you know what's the worst part? Inside the house, there was a pregnant woman with her 5-year-old son. Just imagine.
The owner, who wasn't at home, was watching everything on his phone through the doorbell camera. Of course, he starts telling him that he doesn't know who he is, that he's at the wrong house, and to please leave.
I don't know what you want, man. Get out of my house.
Open this fucking... But then the mod tells him the following.
This is my neighborhood, though.
I live there. I don't know you.
My name is Harry Dresden, motherfucker. Open the door. This is my neighborhood. Open the fucking door. Now, or I will fucking end you.
Open the door or I will end you. Imagine that.
Do you understand me?
I will fucking end you is something that El Chocas could easily say to a Fortnite kid. The owner, while speeding back home, told him no, that he wasn't going to let him in and that he should get lost. Then the guy loses it, breaks the doorbell, throws everything around, yells some more at the door and at the camera too, and breaks the camera, and it looks like he leaves. Still, I want to emphasize what I said before. The owner doesn't know who this guy is, he doesn't know him, but anyway, then let's see.
But the neighbors did know him as someone who lived near the area. It's very important to make that clear. The neighbors did know this guy.
After he breaks the camera, you might think, that's it, just some crazy guy at the door and nothing else. But no, because it doesn't end there. The guy finds a way to get into the house. Once inside, he starts walking around as if he were in his own house.
Let me remind you that inside the house was a pregnant woman and her 5-year-old son, while the father was rushing back as fast as he could.
He opens doors, checks rooms, calls out names, especially Victor's. Victor! We don't know who Victor is.
He keeps going. Nobody knows. There's no Victor living there.
I'm asking about that supposed daughter, huh? Do you like girls, daughter? His daughter wasn't there. Actually, I don't even know if he has a daughter.
Apparently, there is no daughter. She doesn't exist.
His wife was there, poor thing. She had to lock herself in a room to protect herself. The guy keeps searching and breaking everything, but then the owner of the house arrives. It looks like they fight or struggle a bit. You can't see it because they do it off camera, but after a short while they stop to talk. Bro, I'm telling you, tip the... Sorry, huh? But what a huge shovel the owner has, my god. After the struggle, things calm down. They stop, talk, and the owner manages to calm him, gets him to lower his tone, and handles it well. Still, the composure this man has is something to study, because seeing a guy come into your house screaming like crazy, knowing your wife is there, I don't know, the man was really lucky. But anyway, after a short while the police arrive, they restrain him, handcuff him, and take him away. Now, what you probably don't know is that the doorbell video had already been circulating for a few days.
But of course, look, this video had already been making the rounds for quite a few days, but people didn't believe it was true, that it was real, because it was so surreal, you know? I mean, it's crazy. A guy screaming like a madman in front of a doorbell like that, it was just too weird.
Since it was so ridiculous, so perfect in the worst possible way, nobody believed it was real. A guy between 30 and 40 years old, wearing a robe, slippers, thick glasses, and on top of that, a demon slasher t-shirt. It was like all the pieces fit together too well to be real. But yes, it's already confirmed to be 100% real. Obviously, as soon as it went viral, the internet did its thing. Memes everywhere. I'll show you some so you can see and enjoy them. What does Adriana Salto mean? Let's be honest, a guy dressed like that staring straight into a fisheye camera with a Batman voice telling you he's going to finish you, well, yeah, it's memeable. But beyond that, the guy clearly wasn't in his right mind. It's still unclear what happened to him, but his actions, words, and changing attitude all suggest he experienced some kind of episode. Probably a psychotic break or something similar.
We're about to see what actually happened to him. He basically thought he was a hero.
Like I said, I get that it's funny, but in the end, the guy isn't in control of himself. Let's see.
We're going to more or less understand what happened. Jason Thomas Nichols is the guy's name. And keep in mind, he's between 29 and 30 years old. Exactly, he's younger than he looks. Incredible, but true. All of this happened in Fairfield, California. Guys, a crazy person in California. Just another day at the office. In fact, let's see, here they're telling us that the guy was filmed approaching a residence in Burbank Corp, dressed in a black trench coat and an anime t-shirt. In the video, he forcefully knocked and demanded to see the homeowner's daughter. Invasion. After failing to break down the front door, Nichols entered the house through a sliding glass door. Incredible. The homeowner, who was watching through the camera, quickly returned to his house and confronted Nichols with a shovel. Both suffered head injuries during the struggle before the police arrived. Okay. Basically, what was the motive? Because this is very important. What was the real motive? Well, it's not known for sure. In fact, the police didn't confirm it. Not 100%. But the following is believed. During the attack, Nichols seemed to be experiencing a disconnect from reality. Fictitious identity. He identified himself as Harry Dresden, a wizard detective from a book series. Imaginary mission. According to witnesses and video analysis, Nichols seemed to believe he was on a rescue mission to save a girl from a villain named Victor, an antagonist from the books. I mean, just imagine how crazy that is. The guy believed that his fantasy, his imaginary world was real. I mean, the guy was completely crazy. Now, erratic behavior. Inside the house, he was shouting that he could hear the girl and accused the owner of lying about her whereabouts. I mean, just imagine. The guy thought he was on a rescue mission that was completely made up. Impressive. Possible mental health crisis. I mean, possible? They really call it possible? Unbelievable. It's pretty obvious that the guy is having a mental health crisis, that he's not right in the head. And I genuinely think the guy should get help as soon as possible because he's a danger to society. Ladies and gentlemen, who knows if he'll get it? Because sadly, the guy is in California and we already know how things are there. He's probably already out. See you next time.